After announcing tariffs on steel and aluminum last week that could provoke a cycle of retaliation between trade partners, President Trump argued that trade wars are good and easy to win. But global trade is not as simple as he has suggested. It's a delicate and complicated system that can produce unforeseen consequences when prodded. Here's an overview of reporting from the New York Times on what the tariffs, of 25% on steel and 10% on aluminum, could mean for the United States and the world. The contours of an ensuing trade war have already started to take shape. Widespread criticism is likely to turn into a wave of protests, aimed at American products and the president, and to stoke the rhetorical war Mr. Trump started. After the European Union threatened counter-tariffs on goods like Harley-Davidson motorcycles, Kentucky bourbon and blue jeans, Mr. Trump said he was prepared to escalate the fight by imposing higher taxes on European cars. China, in the meantime, has been fairly cautious in weighing in. On Monday, Paul D. Ryan, a Republican and the Speaker of the House, said he was extremely worried about a prospective trade war, but Mr. Trump continued to defend the tariffs, suggesting that they could help the United States negotiate better terms with two of its closest trading partners, Canada and Mexico. Experts warned that the tariffs could undermine economic growth and inspire a broader trade war, and also said the way the tariffs were announced underscores Mr. Trump's capriciousness and willingness to ignore his own advisors. Mr. Trump's aides, in the meantime, took the announcement in stride, defending his policies over the weekend while leaving the door open for him to alter his plans. Whatever his final decision is what will happen, Wilbur Ross, the Secretary of Commerce, said on NBC's Meet the Press. What he has said he has said. If he says something different, it'll be something different. And while the tariffs would benefit the domestic steel and aluminum industries, industries that rely on the metals could suffer. Shares in Boeing and General Motors fell after the news, for example, while Anheuser-Busch and Miller Coors warned of potential job losses. The tariffs, though, are unlikely to significantly affect the price of beer cans, only which cost about 10 cents to produce. Small and mid-size manufacturers that use steel and aluminum may be in for harder times, too. There are more losers than winners, one economist said. For American consumers, that means goods containing metals may well become more expensive, depending on whether businesses choose to pass on the higher costs. The United States imports about a third of its steel and about 90% of its aluminum.